Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this topic today. I'm going to teach very simply how accountability and strategic advisement can really support you in crushing your goals, exceeding your goals this year and always. I'm Mia Redrick, business and life consultant, and I got started in my company about 20 years ago. I simply made a decision that I wanted to take my background as a corporate trainer and my skill sets and use them for myself. So I packaged what I knew into a coaching and consulting business where I support women today with understanding how to build an exceptionally profitable coaching consulting business themselves, leveraging their education, their gifts, their talents, their skills, hard skills or soft skills. Hard skills are what you've trained for, your experience in your profession. Soft skills are likely things that you have been doing and acquired along the years based on maybe hobbies and interests. And I've showed a lot of my clients how to be able to take those skills even and merge them, because a lot of times when we're thinking about building a business, we don't always think about bringing all of ourselves to the table. So today, what I want to speak on specifically is how accountability and strategic advisement will support you in exceeding and crushing your goals. And I work mostly with women who are already so incredibly sharp and smart and accomplished. And a lot of times we have it, right? Like we're like, I got this, and we hold ourselves accountable, and we're so used to getting done with school and holding ourselves accountable to that, and in our profession, being the one that always is a valued team member and having that level of accountability that's self-driven. But in your business often, and sometimes in your own life, it's important to have strategic advisement. And I've got 4 simple points on how strategic advisement and accountability can really support you in being able to own something bigger for yourself. Now, listen, I'm not saying that you're thinking right now about leaving your job because you want to start a business, but maybe you've just been tinkering with this idea of this thing that you can do, this consulting business you can start, this transition plan you've been thinking about, or maybe you're already in business and you know that your models currently could change. Like maybe you've been looking to run your business from the comfort of your home. That was me. I've worked from the comfort of my home for 20 plus years. I built a model, built the business around my life, and I'm totally into that. And maybe that is why you're tuning in right now. Let me just jump in on how accountability and strategic advisement can really support you in exceeding your goals this year to run an amazing business and company from the comfort of your home or anywhere that you choose. Here's number one reason. See, when we have strategic advisement, it allows you to get out of your own way. Hear me, out of your own way. So what I see are brilliant women who are great at what they have done professionally or what they've done, in their life, and they've had this echo of other folks saying how awesome they are. But a lot of times with that, when you think about starting your own business or packaging what you know into a high value product, you sometimes are also dealing with a lot of doubt because you start to think about the things that you don't know how to do. So let me tell you what those things might be for you. That might be how I'm going live right now. And you might say, I don't know how to go live. I don't want to go live. I don't know if running a business today is for me, because you're thinking about the thing you don't know how to do. Or maybe it's that you see the tech pieces, landing pages or websites that are created. You're like, I don't have a team. A lot of times when we're thinking about moving to our next level, we focus on the things that we don't have and we make those things bigger than they are, right? So the first point today is having strategic advisement and accountability allows you to get out of your own way, because your mentor and your coach is going to support you with streamlining the things that you don't know how to do. And I think that's one of the greatest blessings for me personally. And every single time that I've ever made a decision to work with a coach or mentor, I've been able to stand on their shoulders in a way and see a clear view to get things done a lot quicker, a lot faster, a lot more efficient. And many times I have saved tons of money, lots of time because of what they've been able to show me to do, right? It allowed me to get out of my own way, even from the sense of thinking about how hard something could be or how costly something could be, or that I didn't have the time for it. When in reality, I just really didn't even understand the most efficient ways to be able to get started in business. And maybe you're thinking about that exact thing if you've ever thought about packaging what you do. Let's say, for example, you are a therapist and currently you see your clients, you work with them one-to-one, and they pay you for your time, right? So you're trading time for dollars and you're thinking about starting a business, and you thought, man, I really want to make a transition as a coach, but oh gosh, I don't have any more time because I'm already working with people, 55, 60 hours a week, and I just can't imagine doing that. See, strategic advisement and accountability would really support you because you could run a group coaching program. And, if I were working with you, I'd show you exactly how you could take what you're doing, take your IP, very easily structure what you do one to many to be able to support clients in a business that could do, multiple six figures into the millions of dollars simply by having the right structure. So when we have accountability, when we have the right strategic advisement based on where we are right now, you can really build something that is absolutely congruent with who you are and in alignment with your life and what your goals are. I help my clients all the time. You rebuild the business around your life and not the other way around. And so many people I've seen that come to me who have built businesses that they want to escape from because the model doesn't work anymore. They can't see their family the way that they want to, or they can't increase their income because there's a cap on their income in terms of the number of people that they can see or what they can charge. Imagine having the opportunity to be advised on how to overcome those things that you don't necessarily think about. Number two, the second thing I want to share with you today is how accountability and the strategic advisement can really support you in crushing your goals. And the number two thing I want you to understand is that it gives you visibility. A lot of times when we are looking to change or to elevate or to grow or try something new, it's easy to say, I'm going to start and do this on my own. But when you go to do it on your own, it's also easy to not do it. And nobody knows or nobody cares to hold you accountable. Having, I think, someone that knows what your goals are, that cares about what your goals are, that cares about your success, that has a vested interest in you doing well, it allows you to get the job done. I'll give you an example. I'll use today, for example. I met with my trainer, my personal trainer. And one of the things that he had me to do today were some squats using the TRX. And here's the deal. Like if I were working up by myself, I would have a great workout. But would I have done what he wanted me to do? No. Okay. But because I had the visibility, him standing right there saying, you've got 4 sets of these things and, 12 reps each, because I had that accountability, I completed them all. And the reality is, if you have the accountability of someone that sees what you are to do, that holds you accountable, that literally suggests for you week to week to get what to get done and how to get it done. And when you have to meet up with your coach and mentor, and it allows you to have true visibility. Sometimes from true visibility, we can find out what the problem is. I see it all the time where clients will do the fun stuff, right? And then they'll be working in their business, working on their products, working on their offer. But when they, in reality, need to be having conversations with their ideal clients so that they can sell. And the reason they're not doing that is because they're afraid. Maybe they're afraid of having conversations. Maybe they're afraid of someone potentially saying no. Maybe they are afraid of, they could even be afraid of the yes. The reality is having someone that holds you accountable can identify what the block is, what the leak is. It'll really help you achieve and crush your goals a lot faster and sooner. And it's just a tremendous value add. I know it has been for me. I've done things that I wouldn't have done on my own just because I had some other folks looking at what I was doing, holding me accountable to an elevated version of what I wanted. Number 3, All right. The third thing that I want you to think about and why accountability and strategic advisement will support you in crushing your goals is it allows you to move the goalpost as you grow. And this is huge. Okay. So imagine if you're working on a goal by yourself and you're feeling kind of good, right? But you might be ready for that next thing. You might be ready to increase your offer. You might be ready to maybe create a mastermind or whatever it is, like, or whatever it is that you're working on. The truth of the matter is, when we have strategic advisement and accountability, we can move the goalpost based on where you are forward, even if it's incremental. And I don't allow my clients to stay where they are. I always like to test them. And you can try this. Why don't you try this? Have you considered this? I love to give them, through the consulting, ideas of how they can elevate what it is that they want to do so they can hit their next level. Maybe it's that they need to increase their prices. Maybe they're selling what they're doing for $5,000 and it needs to be $7,500. Or maybe it's at $7,500, it should be 10 grand. See, when you have the right strategic advisement and accountability, the goalpost is going to move. Your coach, your mentor is going to see what your next level of capacity is, and they're going to call you out toward it. And you know who benefits? You do. And every single person that loves you benefits when you grow. And that's the benefit of having strategic advisement and not coaching yourself or just being in community alone. I tell you, the other thing that I would say is that it allows you to move the goalposts, yes, but it also will allow you to see how others have exceeded their goals. And when we see we're in community with people who are doing the thing that we want to do and we're not yet like doing it, it changes you, right? You can no longer believe the stories that you're telling yourself. And I think that's one of the greatest things that I offer my clients is a community of women who I call giants. They're highly actionable, they're sharp, they're smart, they're go-getters, they're go-givers. And there's something really magical that happens when we're with people who are our ambition level and above, okay? Who even have a goalpost to move, all right? Because so many people are just fine with being fine. And that I'm certainly not speaking to that person. I'm talking to that person that is like, listen, I know there is more for me. I'm ready to renew my commitment to myself. I'm ready to go from having this idea of this vision that I want to get done to being actionable around accomplishing that vision, hitting my goals, using my skills in a bigger, higher way to be able to touch more people in my life. Your gifts aren't for you, right? And you don't want to die with your story inside of you, thinking about all the people you meant to serve, but not taking that action or making that move. Are we clear? If we're clear, even if you're watching the replay, I want you to say, I get it. I get it in the chat. Number 4, the fourth thing that I want to share with you as to how accountability and strategic alignment can support you in crushing your goals is that it reminds you of how far you have come. And this is really important. I see this all the time. People who I've worked with over the years, smart, they're sharp, they're intelligent, they're highly actionable. They do the things that they need to do. And often they focus on the thing that they haven't done. I'm talking to you, okay? They focus on the result that they haven't gotten to yet. They focus on what they haven't achieved. They compare themselves to someone else. See, when you have the right strategic advisement, your mentor, your coach is going to show you how far you have come. And they're going to share with you how you have kept your promises to yourself and where you were and versus where you are now. And that's a really important part of the journey in order for us to complete anything. When you see how far you have come in your growth, your implementation, what you've accomplished in your business, I watch women who come to me with an idea of what they want to do. No product created. They don't know what it is, but they have a background and they're loads of talent. And I watch them over a period of time applying what I teach them, using some of the trainings that I have, and they come together and they build a high value product. And many of them then build out their sales process. They build out their marketing process. They position themselves in ways that were unimaginable. Many of them have $5,000 or more months, $10,000 or more months, $25,000 or more months. And here's the coolest thing. They started with an idea. And so a lot of times when I'm talking to clients and they're thinking about what they want to do next, they often talk about what they've done without remembering how they've gotten there and all that it took for them to get there, mindset wise, the work that they put in, what they've accomplished to be able to sell their first product for 5 grand and 10 grand or whatever it is or more. Having a mentor or coach, they remind you of who you really are. And I think that's what great mentors do. I love it. I always keep notes on my clients so that I remember the big things that are in their life, in their world. I remember where they were and where they are. And sometimes that is exactly what you need to keep going. So I wanted to do this live today for those of you who that you could be accomplishing more. And yet you are very accomplished, but you're ready to get this business going. You're ready to package what you know into a high value product, online or offline. You're ready to do it and be authentically who you are. That's, hopefully in hearing me, I'm 100% who I am. And I use my gifts in a high and tall way. And you want to also, meaning I want to use my background, my talents to help elevate women in packaging what they do so that they can be more available to their family, be more available to the community. And you can't do that when you are in bondage around one way to be able to earn. If you have said, look, I know that I need a transition plan, I'm ready for it. This message has been 100% for you. Every major move that I've made in my business has allowed me to really consider and think about what is next for me. And strategic advisement and accountability allowed me to not only have the vision, right, or envision what I want to do, but not focus just on the task at hand to get things done. See, when you have the right mentor, when you have the right advisor, they're going to help you really see the bigness of who you are. And they're going to help you see the possibilities within you that maybe you don't even see because you can't see. Sometimes your brilliance is so close to you, you can't see it, right? A great mentor is going to help you do that. And they're going to also help you get out of do the task thing, which isn't motivational at all for sustainability when you're accomplishing your goals. They're going to help you have that vision be so strong and steeped inside of you for you to really know and own your bigness, what is really great about you, so that you understand that your gifts are made to create impact and touch the lives of others. Now, if anything that I've said to you today has resonated in any way, I want to invite you to reach out. And if you've been looking for a mentor or coach, if you are trying to figure out what your thing is, meaning how do I package me, right? My education, my background, my gifts, or my talents, my hard skills, my soft skills into a high value product. If you want to have that conversation and you're ready, and readiness to me means that if you understood what to do, you're ready to get started. And you got 10 to 15 hours at a minimum a week to be able to devote to being able to make that dream realized, right? It means also that you're investment ready. It means that you're like, I deserve this. Like, I'm ready to invest in myself. If that's you, and investment is time, money, and energy, right? Because to run a business, that's what it requires. If that's you, I'd love to have a conversation with you. And so I'm going to put a link here. You'll be able to speak to me or a member of my team around how you can take your backgrounds, your gift, your talent, and package it, how you can get the strategic alignment and accountability that you need. I offer an opportunity for my clients to be able to work with me each and every week in a group setting with some magnificent women where I hold you accountable and I show you how to package what it is that you want to do into a high value product. I give you the tools so that you're not taking 10 years to do something that could take 1 month or a couple of weeks to get done. And if that is something that is of value to you, if time really matters to you, if efficiency matters to you, and most importantly, if results are what you're into, then you're going to love what I offer. Once you sign up for that 30-minute conversation, which is where I'll show you what it is you can package into a high-value product. Once you sign up for that conversation, you'll see tons of testimonials, hundreds of the women that I've had the opportunity to support. So you don't have to take my word on it. I think a lot of you guys have been here, been watching me for years. You've already seen the hundreds of women that I've supported go from zero to being able to package their knowledge into, just a phenomenal businesses. And so I'd love to support you. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Did you get value or did you get value today? Just to recap, I shared how accountability and strategic advisement will support you in crushing your goals. I covered these 4 things. Number 1, it allows you to get out of your own way. Okay. Number 2, it gives you true visibility. You can't hide. Okay. When someone else is looking directly at you and inside of your business. 3, it allows you to move the goalpost as you grow. And 4, it reminds you of how far you've come. And, I think it goes without saying that you get to have your mentors, their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience, their investments inside your business as well. And that's just invaluable. It's been a pleasure sharing with you today. And if this live supported you in any way, share it with a friend. And if you're not on my newsletter list, just go to miaredrick.com and sign up. But I look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a great and amazing day.
I have been working with Mia Redrick for a couple of months now. I come to this experience with a lot of education. She was speaking my language from day one. What has changed for me is with all of the education, with all of the training and workshops and private coaching and things that I've had, what I didn't have was a real understanding on how I could package these things, price them, and promote them so that I could monetize what it is that I do and what it is that I wanted to do. And now with Mia, I have an understanding of how to take my tangible and intangible gifts, talents, and skills and put those things in a package that allows me to serve other people and benefit from it.
I was stuck. I never thought of my knowledge as something that I could create it as a proprietary system. What is the value of that? For me, it is priceless. And I'm so happy I made the investment because I can now see how my business can be transformed and how I can be transformed as a result of this work. So I cannot thank Mia enough.
Before I met Mia, I was selling my product for a very, very low price, and I did not just believe in what I was worth. So I had to change my mindset. I had to change the way I thought. I had to start believing in abundance and expecting it. And so these are the things that I had to learn as Mia mentored us. Now I'm happy to say I'm selling my product for what it's worth.
Before working with Mia, I couldn't sell a $297 product. After working with Mia for about 10 months, I was pitching a $10,000 product to a company.